What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another backyard talk. In today's video, wanted to talk about something that I never really even thought I'd ever talk about because I never thought it would really happen. But for most of my life, for all of my life, as much as I can remember, hip hop's been my favorite genre of music. I became kind of like obsessed with the genre when I was like 8 or 9 years old, and now fast forward into basically the end of the first quarter of 2025 when I'm filming this video. And you can even look back on a lot of the stuff that I've done on this channel, between like behind the scenes and different vlogs and some podcasts and stuff that I've done with different hip hop artists. Really, it was an awesome experience, and definitely kind of a bucket list thing to be able to do some of those things in my past. And now, especially as I get older, to be able to kind of look back on some of those events and concerts and experiences is super cool. But this year, I've kind of like, I guess, put down the chapter in my life, so to speak, where like I'm really only listening to hip hop, or like really listening to much hip hop at all. And I think there's a few reasons behind that. In general, when I was younger, I really did kind of look at it as like kind of aspirational and like slightly, motivational. I guess not even slightly motivational and aspirational. And kind of the older I've gotten, the more experiences that I've had, the more I've kind of gotten to see as well. And really, it's come with, I guess, just kind of learning myself and what I want to get out of life at this point moving forward. But I've basically tried to stop doing all things that really don't serve me. And at this point in my life, I don't really see a huge way that hip hop really like serves me anymore as like a genre that I listen to. So I've really this year kind of switched and been listening to a lot more. I don't even know what the genres would technically be called because I guess I'm so new to it, but just kind of like some softer rock, some more relaxing music that I think is just kind of better for my soul, better for my mental health to listen to. Like all the, even as much as I enjoy it, as much as like all the gangster rap and stuff like that, like Key Glock and some of the other artists that I used to listen to, and some of the artists that I've had a chance to do some photography and stuff with. Um, you just don't need to like really be listening to like all of that all the time, in terms of like what's being repeated and the messaging and stuff like that. And then also the just instrumentation and the music behind all of that as well. I found as I've gotten a little bit older that, I don't really enjoy the whole, I guess, ensemble of a lot of hip hop as much as I used to, compared to, some of the newer stuff that I've been listening to. Um, that's just, I think, more relaxing and a little bit more peaceful and kind of like more conducive to like what I'm trying to build my life towards, in terms of like relaxation and doing things that I enjoy, and uh, you know, working at things that I find important, but not like stressing over like random achievements and obtaining like random items and stuff like that. And a lot of the materialism that you see like in hip hop isn't in a lot of other genres. Other genres kind of give you some more freedom. So that's kind of what I've been exploring. And so far this year, it's been a really nice kind of shift to listen to some different type of music. So one question in this video for anybody watching is, have you kind of been stuck on like one genre, or kind of one kind of selection of type of music that you've been listening to for most of your life? And have you ever deviated from that? Or have you always kind of listened to a variety? And if you have kind of been focused on, one type of music, and then somehow made a switch to, enjoying something else, what was the catalyst to kind of cause that? Was there something in your life that kind of stopped you from enjoying the kind of old music like you used to? Or I'd love to just hear some comments about how taste and I guess enjoyment from music has kind of shifted for some people over the years, because it's definitely changed for me. I think another aspect of this is also kind of like everybody's like kind of subconscious, right? I mean, we all get used to like playing certain songs, or certain songs get kind of stuck in our head over time. And I think, as I kind of get a little bit older and continue to kind of do my own version of, self exploration and kind of learning to be a better person, I've just found that, some of the other genres out there, some soft rock, some country, whatever it might be, some different like electronic music that's a little bit more relaxing, just kind of puts your body in kind of a different mindset. Again, if you're listening to, hip hop just all day every day, just kind of that mentality, that's going to have a certain effect on you no matter what. And then if you change that and you're only listening to, like super, let's just say for the case of an extreme example, like religious or like gospel music, like if you're only comparing like hardcore, let's say like drill rap to gospel music. I think if you tracked those two things for any duration of time in terms of people listening to it, or probably even plants. I know there's studies out there that say that like plants respond to the music and stuff that is in a house and that is in a garden and stuff like that. So I think it would be interesting just kind of to learn or to know what the difference kind of long term in terms of just the sound waves and effects of music, like kind of like strong, like kind of hardcore hip hop versus like something lighter and more relaxing, like like I said, for the case of example, like gospel music or soft rock and roll or something more kind of soothing and relaxing, right? There's got to be kind of different effects because again, everything's an energy, everything's kind of like a wavelength, and if you're listening to one thing just all the time, you're not really getting exposed to like the other parts of kind of the world, like those other aspects of kind of just human consciousness and creativity. I think it's almost applies to movies, right? I think people out there that like only watch like horror movies are kind of probably missing out on some like vibrations in life where you might want to laugh a little bit more or learn something from a documentary or from like I said, laugh from a comedy special. So I think it's really important, the older I get at least, to be really aware and conscious of what I'm consuming, both like my food wise, water wise, but also media wise and content wise, making sure that the stuff that I'm watching on Netflix or YouTube or whatever it might be is something that's like good for me and like valuable. Because if it's not really good for me, then really what's the point? So I think that's probably the overarching message of this video, is that even if you've been doing something for, let's say 10 or 20 years or whatever it might be, if you get to a point where you don't think that's like really benefiting you anymore, it's not a bad thing to kind of reassess and hit the reset button and maybe choose a different direction, maybe choose a different path for a little bit and see what that brings, see if that opens up any kind of new lenses or new opportunities. So with that, it's been an interesting year of not listening to hip hop so far, and I've been really, really enjoying it. I've also pretty much stopped going to concerts because at this point in my life, concerts don't really provide like a real net benefit, really. Like I'm not receiving any like real positive energy or positive net gain from the experience of driving to a venue, paying money for the ticket, waiting in line, or even in the circumstances where I'm not doing some of those things, just being there, I'm not really personally gaining much, whether that's spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially, whatever it might be. So to go and to spend my time doing that has kind of become unappealing. So it's been really, really interesting just to kind of see how things have began to shift as I've kind of gone down this path of kind of learning, I guess you can say. But otherwise, I hope you're enjoying these kind of new backyard talk videos, and please hit the comments. I'd love to hear kind of, again, just some reactions in terms of what you've been listening to, what you used to listen to when you were younger, what you're listening to now, just how tastes basically in music have evolved over time. So with that, that's it for today's video, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.